right, here we go, guys. So if you go to your Canvas, all right, so this is a teacher site, but on the left side, you guys know that you have these categories and so on. Like I said, if your laptop doesn't work at this time, don't worry about it. You can use your phone. Just pay attention. I need about 15 to 20 minutes of your time. And then we went through syllabus yesterday, so if you were absent yesterday, make sure you look through the syllabus and make sure you sign in for your, Remind account. Eventually, you're going to get your textbook. Once you receive your textbook, we have a great resource right here. It says Class Resources. And if you click on that, kind of slow. Okay, so you're going to see this is our textbook. All right, we have two different icons, but they're basically the same thing. But on the top, it says Calc Chat. So let's say, for example, let's say we're working on chapter 3 or something like that, and then you're stuck in a problem. Okay, I'm going to give you always odd problems. And when you click on that icon, you go to Calc Chat. On the very left side, it says Calculus. This is not our book. You press arrow till you get to our book. So this is it. And let's say we're working on chapter 3, section 4, and you got stuck on number 15, and then if you press go, it will give you like a worked out solution of how to solve that question. So all of your homework questions will be odd problems so that you can always check. Now, only thing that I worry about is that sometimes, you might want to just copy down the work and then just submit. But the thing is, you haven't learned anything, and I don't want you guys to do that. I'm giving you all the solutions so that you guys can try it, practice. If you get stuck, there are resources that you can use, and then try to take advantage of that, okay? All right. The second icon says Calc View. Okay, so let's say that you're working on the question, you look through the solution, you still don't understand it, but some of your questions out of your homework will be highlighted in red. So if you see a problem number in red color, so you can click on the second icon, it says Calc View. And here's our calculus book. Let's say if you're working on chapter 4 and section 2, and you were stuck on number 17, and you play the video, and that is your homework question. And someone will come up and actually teach you how to solve this.
Hi, I'm David. And I'm going to look at this problem right here. We're asked to find the sum from I equals 1
okay, so I think you get the point, right? Okay, so you have a lot of places where you can get additional help if you need it. Of course, if you need any additional help, come back next morning, ask me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. And again, remember we talked about commitment. So if you're committed to this class, if you're willing to come after school and ask for help, I'll be here to help you. All right? So that's like maybe a few days down the line once you receive your book, textbook. So there it is. It's all in your Canvas. Okay, so next, I want everyone to log into DeltaMath. Anybody need help with getting into DeltaMath? All right, make sure you log in. If you need some help, you let me know. All right, so I want you to give me about 10 minutes. Just pay attention to me. We have 2 assignments. The assignment that we're working on, just, if you don't have login, it's okay. Just pay attention. The assignment we're working on today, it says finding limits, table, and graph number 1. Do you see that? All right, here we go. Okay, if you want to write this someplace, you can, but I think these are pretty easy to follow. If you don't want to write it, that's fine. I'm recording this. I'll post this video later on so you can look over this video again if you need to. All right, so just pay attention to me, please. Okay, so all right, so this is like your calculator or using a table. There are two concepts that we want to cover today. You want to learn how to use a table, and you want to learn how to use a graph. All right, so first, I like this problem, but I'd rather have a difficult problem than this. This is pretty easy. So hold on a second. All right, I like this one. Okay, here we go. All right, so you need to know the notation. I know that this is our first day, but these notations are pretty easy to follow. So do you see that it says LIM? That means limit. We're going to cover limit. So this notation is telling you that limit as x value, some x value is getting close to -3 from the left side. Okay, that's what it's saying. Limit, some x value is getting close to -3 from the left side. This is saying limit, x is getting close or approaching to -3 from the right side. And this one is saying limit, x is approaching to -3. You don't have any symbols on the top. It means both sides, both of them. Okay? And this one is just order pair. So let me write this down for you. All right, so let's say, for example, we're going to use some other example. Let's say we have a limit. X is approaching to +3 from the left side. This means left side, okay? So can you think of a number? Can you think of a number that is approaching to 3 from the left side? Can anybody think of a number that is getting close from the left side? Give me an example. 2. Okay, someone said 2 is on the left side of 3. Can someone else come up with a number that is closer than 2 to 3 from the left side? Closer than 2. Any number closer than 2? Give me a number. 2.99. Now sometimes this problem will be ridiculous and they'll say 2.999999. Do you see that? So isn't that closer and closer to 3 from the left side? Does that make sense? Okay, so this is from the left side. If I have limit, x is approaching to +3 from the right side. Positive means right side. Can you think of a number that is close to 3 from the right side? Give me an example. Anybody? Okay, 4, someone said. But can you think of a number that is even closer than 4 to 3?
3.01.
Yeah, 3.01. But again, they can get ridiculous and say 3.00000001, which is really close to 3 from the right side. Does that make sense? How many of you guys follow what I just said about from the left side and the right side? Raise your hand, please. Yeah, very good. Now, if you're lost, then make sure you ask one of your neighbor later on, and they'll help you. Now, again, you don't have to write this. I think this is a pretty easy concept to follow. All right, this one is harder. Because positive number is easy to figure out what number is close. Negative number, slightly tricky, all right? You might make a careless mistake. So I want you to take a look at this one right here. All right, what is this statement saying? Limit, x is approaching to -3 from the left side. So can someone tell me what number is close to -3 from the left side? Be careful. -3.001 or 00001. Okay, how many of you guys see that? Raise your hand. All right, very good, excellent. Okay, and that's what you need. We'll use this to calculate them later on. So we can use this value, for example. All right, so what number do you think of when you see this then? This is x is approaching to -3 from the right side, so what number do you think of?
-2.9.
Yes, very good. This will be something like -2.999 will be very close to -3 from the right side. Okay, so what is the meaning of this one right here again? If you don't have any signs or symbols,
Both sides.
this means both sides. Which you need to check this answer, which is the left side. And you need to check this answer, which is your right side. And those answers must match. Alright, so do you see this statement? This is just your order pair. Order pair will be like -3, comma, y value. So to find this value, which will find the other value right there. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's go ahead and try this. Like I said, if you don't happen to, copy this down, I'm going to post this video so you guys can rewatch it again if you need it. Alright, so I'm going to exit out. Alright, so remember we're starting with this one right here, so we need to put in the value. Do you remember what number we said? For this one, we're thinking of what?
-3.01.
-3.001, wasn't it? Okay, and then try the value. So it looks like if you plug in the value, you get 1.005. Let's say we get ridiculous and put 0.00001, like that. Try it. Okay, so basically, this is your y value, which is your answer. F of x is your y value. I hope you guys know that, okay? So what number is this? Like, I don't want you to put 1.00005 as your answer. You need to approximate that. What do you think that value is? It's getting close to what value? Both numbers are getting close to what number? Isn't it 1? Yeah, isn't it 1? So the answer to here is 1. That's it. Alright, so let me clear this table. Alright, so do you remember what we said about this one right here? What number do we say about -3 from the right side? What number do you want to use?
-2.9.
-2.999. Remember that? So -2.999, and then try the value. Okay, so it looks like 0.997 something something, right? But I don't want you to put 0.997999. That's not your answer. Let's get ridiculous and put 2.999999. And then let's try it. So it looks like both numbers are getting close to what value? 1. Isn't it 1? So it is 1. Okay, hold on. Stay with me. Alright, so this one says what? What's the meaning of this one right here?
Both sides.
Both sides. It means both sides. So you need to check both sides. This is your left side, and this is your right side. They have to match. Do they match?
Yes. Yeah.
Then if they match, then you put 1, because they're matching. But if they do not match, it means your answer is not there. So do you see this D and E? That means does not exist. So does not exist means they're not matching. If they're not matching, your answer does not exist. Okay? Alright, to find this one, you clear the table. To find the last one, remember this is just the order pair. So for that one, you just need to put -3. And then try the value. So what is the answer to this one right here?
1.
1. There it is. Alright, now you try it. I'm sure some of you guys will make a mistake. But if you do make a mistake, DeltaMath is very good about showing the solutions. So say, these are sample values that you plug in. You can put more than once. Okay, I just needed to put twice. And then other values. And then tells you how to solve the other parts. Okay? But again, if you need some help, you let me know. Alright, that's the first part. Using a table. the second part will be using a graph, okay? So this is graph. Okay, remember your y value is your answer. Okay, so here we go. Alright, so can you follow my mouse right here? Do you see the mouse? Alright, so we're getting approached to 4. 4 is right here. Does everyone see that 4 is right there? Okay, so we need to follow the curve. So from the left side, right here, do you see this? You need to draw like an imaginary line right here, 4. Left side is on the left side right there. So you need to come from the left side. You don't actually get to the 4, you get really close from the left side. If I'm approaching to 4 from the left side, my y value will be close to which value? What do you think? This is your y value. As I get closer and closer to 4, what is your y value? Negative 2. So from the left side, we get negative 2. You see it? Okay, how many of you guys follow what I just said about this graph? Raise your hand, please. All right, again, most people, if you're not sure, then you need to ask your neighbor later on. All right, so here's 4, and I'm approaching from the right. Remember, there's a vertical line right here. Again, pay attention, okay? There's a vertical line. I'm approaching from the right side from the curve. I'm getting closer and closer and closer to 4, but I'm not quite there. What is your y value, which is your limit? What is your y value? Negative 5. I'm not going to say y value. I'm going to say f of x value. Do you understand that? F of x is the same thing as y. So your f of x value is negative 5. Do you see it? Okay, it's close to that. All right, do they match from the left side and the right side? Does the value match?
No.
F of x values do not match. So that means does not exist. Does that make sense? Okay. However, on 4, if you have open circle, does that mean you have a point there? It means you do not have a point. It's open. It's undefined. You understand? But your point is actually right there. Do you see how this is darkened and dark, right? Circle? That is your point. So your order pair will be 4, comma, negative 5 will be your point. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you understood what I just said, then we can answer these questions down below. All right, so let's think about it. You are approaching to positive 4 from the left side. Positive 4 from the left side. So can someone tell me again, what is your value by approximating your f of x value? Negative 2. Negative 2. All right, next. What does it mean by this right here? You are approaching to 4 from right side. So here's the imaginary line 4. From the right side, you're getting close. What is your f of x value? That should be negative 5. And then what does it mean by having this notation right here? What's the notation? It means both sides, right? So do they match? No. So the answer to this one is D and E. That means does not exist, does not match. This is order pair. So it is comma, 4, comma, negative 5, because this is open. Negative 5. There it is, and you submit your answer. Yes. That's it. Okay, so that's it for our lesson. I'm hoping you guys can do this on your own. Okay, I'm going to stop recording this.